Tonight, the U.S. strikes gold. We're live from Paris as Team USA dominates on the world stage. A historic moment for men's gymnastics, ending a 16-year medal drought with a triumphant performance. Women's basketball on a quest for their 8th straight gold medal. A big night at the pool, American swimmers racing all the way to the podium. The emotional end to a thrilling tennis match between two world greats. We're breaking down the biggest moments from the games. Also tonight, Simone's redemption tour. Gymnast Simone Biles powering through a leg injury, making an incredible comeback during qualifiers. Biles flying high on the floor, bars, vault, and balance beam, even bringing in the highest all-around score. So will the gymnastics great carry the team to gold in tomorrow's highly anticipated finals? Wildfire explodes in California, flames engulfing hundreds of thousands of acres. Gut-wrenching images of burned-out buildings and homes on fire. Firefighters working around the clock to gain an upper hand on the massive inferno. Communities evacuated, now left wondering if they'll have anything to come back home to. 99 days to go. The countdown to the 2024 presidential election is on. The search for Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate intensifying, while former President Trump works on a new line of attack on his new opponent. The controversy swirling around Trump's VP pick, Senator J.D. Vance, as his past comments resurface and he tries to explain them. Disputed election, outrage on the streets of Venezuela as Nicolas Maduro claims victory. His opponent sounding the alarm, alleging the election was rigged. The U.S. now casting doubt on the credibility of the results. The political turmoil plaguing the country. Dragonflies swarm, terrifying video as thousands of insects invade a popular Rhode Island beach. The beautiful summer day quickly spiraling into a chaotic nightmare. Plus, Flavor Flav's hype mission, the clock-wearing rap icon embarking on a new journey, supporting the women's water polo team. I got a chance to ask him how his love for the team and the sport all started. And the major concerns over the river sends water quality. Is the triathlon in serious jeopardy? Top story starts right now. And good evening to this special edition of Top Story, coming to you live tonight from Paris. The first full week of Olympic action officially underway, and it is already off to a historic start. Right now, Team USA dominating. Let's pull up the big board right now. You can take a look at it. You can see the U.S. is leading the way, bringing in 20 medals overall, 3 of which are gold. Just behind the States is host country France, and trailing in third is Japan. Of course, a lot can change with much of the competition still in the days to come. Today brought a number of memorable moments with the spotlight on Team USA. For the first time in 16 years, the U.S. men's gymnastics team claiming an Olympic medal, bringing home the bronze. Cheers filled the stadium as the team, led by Fred Richards, secured a spot on the podium. I was there for all the action. A historic moment for the American women's rugby team, defeating Great Britain and advancing for the first time ever to the Rugby Olympic semifinals. U.S. women's basketball defeating Japan in their pursuit of an 8th straight gold medal. You heard me right. If they succeed, they will be the first team in any sport to win 8 straight Olympic golds. And is this the final chapter of one of the greatest sports rivalries? Tennis greats Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal played what was likely their last head-to-head matchup. It all came to an emotional end as Djokovic bested French Open champ Nadal, ending his Olympic run. And speaking of emotions, gymnastics great Simone Biles putting fans through an emotional roller coaster after suffering through calf pain during the qualifiers. Biles quickly going from injured to invincible, nailing her routines on the beam, bars, vault, and floor. The star gymnast hoping to claim gold once again tomorrow. Right now, major concern for the triathlon, which is just hours away, and here's why. Troubling levels of bacteria in the River Seine forcing organizers to cancel training for a second day. The event could be further postponed, or the swimming portion of the race could be dropped completely. There's so much more to get to on this action-packed day. We hear from some of the athletes tonight on what it's like to live out their dreams surrounded by scores of supporters cheering them on.
The stick would be so big right here. Laid out, double-double. Finds it. The U.S. men are on fire right now.
It's official. After a 16-year drought, the men's U.S. gymnastics team is back.
They get the bronze. They did it.
securing a bronze medal in the team final, their first trip to the podium since the 2008 Beijing Games.
Oh, baby, let's go! That is how you want to open a vault rotation.
First-time Olympian Paul Judah battling his nerves to set the tone on vault.
I hit the table, and I just said, all right, just hold it, just don't fall. Just please don't fall, please don't fall. Next thing I know, the ground's at my feet, and I stuck it at the Olympic Games.
Frederick flips. Oh, baby!
Social media favorite Fred Richard leading the charge with top team scores on the high bar, parallel bars, and floor.
High bar is a scary event, you know, it's easy to miss. But before, I think about all the people behind me. I knew I had the whole U.S. behind me. I knew I had these 5 guys cheering me on, and I knew I wanted to do the best routine possible for them. And when you feel that, like, deep in your heart, it happens.
Tricky parts passed. Dismount. That's it. He did it.
Steven Nedorosic's clutch performance on the pommel horse, clinching the bronze for the American men.
Last guy to go. I didn't know what we needed, but I knew I needed to do a good job. I was feeling the nerves, but right before I went, these guys told me, we trust you, we got your back. And when they said that, it all kind of went away. Went up there, did my job, and as soon as I landed, I was like, I think we might have just medaled, baby.
Fans here at the Versailles Arena going wild for Team USA. That's because the men's gymnastics team promised redemption, and they delivered. This was, a lot of people said, a redemption sort of tour for you guys. It hasn't happened since 2008 for men's gymnastics. What does it feel like to go home to America, see the fans here just cheering you guys on and knowing you guys delivered?
Oh, I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, we're out here representing the best country in the world, and it's just an incredible feeling anytime you get to, you know, wear USA on your chest, but especially at the Olympic Games.
Congratulations, guys. You made us proud.
Thank you.
Thank you. USA, baby.
And Murph is back on a podium at the Olympics.
And a packed day for swimming, the U.S. bagging 4 medals, including a bronze for Ryan Murphy, who became just the second man to win 3 Olympic medals in the 100-meter backstroke.
He can't believe he landed it. We can't believe he landed it.
Jagger Eaton putting on a gnarly performance in men's street skating, winning silver by a slim margin over fellow American competitor Nyjah Houston, who is bringing home a bronze.
Griner again.
On Monday, the U.S. women's basketball team beginning its run for a record 8th straight gold medal as the sport explodes in popularity back at home.
Wilson stops, pops, and hits. Lethal for the mid-range.
A'ja Wilson and Brittany Griner leading the team to an easy win over Japan, their 56th straight victory in Olympic competition. The women's gymnastics team, led by phenom Simone Biles, looking to keep the medal momentum going as they head into Tuesday's team finals as the favorites. Biles, who withdrew from the team event in Tokyo in 2021 with a case of the twisties, battled through an injury in the qualifiers this time, finishing with the highest all-around individual score. The GOAT ready to take her first shot at redemption and at gold in these 2024 games. And as we mentioned, the USA women's and men's basketball teams dominating the competition in their first games in group play. In a rematch of the Tokyo Olympics finals, the women's squad dismantling Japan 102-76. Two-time WNBA champion A'ja Wilson leading all scorers with 24 points. The men's team yesterday easing past Serbia in what was expected to be their toughest game, winning by a whopping 26 points. For more on USA basketball's dominance on the court, Kaylee Hartung joins Top Story tonight. Kaylee, so great to see you here in Paris. Let's start with the women's team first, right? They're going for a record 8th gold medal in a row, okay? How do they look against Japan?
Yeah, so you said it. This is a rematch of the gold medal game from Tokyo. You'd think this is a tough place to start, and it was in a lot of ways because the way Tokyo plays on offense, they play quick, they play fast, they know each other really well, but it'll challenge any defense. The U.S. had a hard time settling in. They couldn't hit a 3 in the first half. They only hit 1. It kind of made you think, where's Caitlin Clark? Could she hit one if she were here? Yeah. But then in the second half, they settled in and absolutely dominated. You know, head coach for Team USA, Cheryl Reeve, she's had a bit of a hard time penning down what makes this team so dominant. It's like, is it depth or is it size? She says that's 1A and 1B. So, hey, opponents beware.
Since you opened the door, let's explain to our viewers, why isn't Caitlin Clark here?
Well, complicated question in the sense that her WNBA career had just began. She had a month of play when they selected this team back on June 11th. her play has gotten considerably better as she has settled into her role in the WNBA. And so just a couple of days ago, actually, Dawn Staley said, who was on the selection committee for Team USA, she said, if we were choosing now, we might have made a different decision.
Wow, that is crazy. Okay, let's talk about the U.S. men's team. Okay, they're looking great, getting compared to the Dream Team in '92. Don't know about that. How'd they look against Serbia, right? It was a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah, just like the women, a slow start, but they settled in. And when you want to talk about depth, this team did not start Kevin Durant. Now, he hadn't played a game in nearly 3 months, so Steve Kerr said he wanted to ease him in. In Kevin Durant's over 1,000 games in the NBA, he's only come off the bench 3 times, okay? Make this time number 4, if you will. And he played like a man possessed. Throughout the game, once he got on the court, he only missed 1 shot that he took. He had 23, LeBron had 21. LeBron was doing what LeBron does, beating everybody down the court, getting to the ball, and getting it into the net. So this team, again, a similar story to the women. There is so much depth on this roster when you can bring Kevin Durant off the bench and still have
some of
such
these
an
other
impact.
countries may have NBA players, but they don't have the amount of NBA talent that our team has. They're going to play South Sudan, and some people might be saying, oh, South Sudan, but you told me earlier, listen, you can't sleep on South Sudan.
No, you absolutely can't. So there was an exhibition game just a couple of weeks ago in London. 1 point. The U.S., a layup by LeBron James with 8 seconds left. I mean, for a period of time in that game, South Sudan had a considerable lead. But of course, the U.S. got a ton.
Put it in context, though, right? You were saying, you were telling me something else, right? It wasn't like the whole A team was playing, right?
No, absolutely not. So again, Kevin Durant, this was still during that period of time where he was out with the strained calf that he was dealing with. And this is the challenge for both Team USA's men and women. They don't spend as much time playing together ahead of the Olympics as other countries do, right? Because they have their professional careers in the WNBA and the NBA and the commitments that those bring. So they're getting adjusted to one another. But, you know, when the lights shine the brightest, you know these stars play their absolute best.
Finally, last question. The women's team will face off against Belgium. I think it's in a couple of days. Do they have anything to worry about? Is there anyone that can match up against them?
I mean, I don't think the women have anything to worry about in Paris, period, the end. This is a 56-game winning streak for Team USA women's basketball in the Olympics. That dates back to before many of the players on this roster were even born, Tom. 1992. Those Olympics were the last time that Team USA women's basketball lost a game on this stage. But as with any great team, with any team of dominance, that legacy brings pressure with it. So this team has talked a lot about trying to create their own identity, not think about the past, just look towards the future and the goals they have here. But you know what that goal is. And there's one goal only, and it's to win an 8th gold.
And as you mentioned, it's an incredible legacy. All right, Kaylee Hartung, we thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
All
right, for more on our Olympic coverage, let's go to our NBC Sports Olympic studios. Joining us now is Scott Hansen, the host of Gold Zone on Peacock, a constant stream of Olympics coverage. Scott is also an anchor and reporter for the NFL Network. Scott, so great to have you on Top Story tonight. I just got back from men's gymnastics, right, at the Versailles Arena. It was incredible. That group of guys of Team USA, what a great group of guys. And I got to tell you, the Japanese, the Chinese, they were so intense. And Team USA came out there, and I got to tell you, they surprised everyone.
Absolutely, Tom. Great to be with you, first of all. And on Gold Zone, we go 10 straight hours, and we show you every medal event. There were, I think it was 12 total gold medals won, but that bronze secured by the men's team in gymnastics for the USA, that bronze probably felt like a gold. You think the last 3 Olympics, they went 5th place, 5th place, 5th place, and then defied some doubters and defied some odds to come through when it mattered most in front of the world stage and get on the podium. That was a sweet, sweet moment for Team USA.
So in Gold Zone, you got some of the best moments over those 10 hours, right? It was a big day in swimming tonight as well. And U.S. women's rugby?
Yeah, U.S. women's rugby, both rugby teams for the United States, men's and women's, look pretty good. And I think rugby is catching on more here stateside because it's American football, of course, is our #1 sport here in the USA. And rugby is the Olympic sport, which probably most translates to it. Neither the U.S. men or the U.S. women's rugby team has ever advanced to the semifinals, but the women were able to get it done in their quarterfinal matchup today. So they're going to play for a medal, and who knows, it could be gold. We'll have that for you on Tuesday on Gold Zone.
All right, so again, you're watching all this coverage, you're talking nonstop, you're doing all the research. What other events are you looking for in the coming days?
The great thing about Gold Zone is there's 39 sports in the Olympics with multiple disciplines and events, of course. So there are 329 medal events in these Olympics. With Gold Zone and through the power of NBC Sports and the incredible team that surrounds us here, we're able to check everything. We watch everything so you can watch the best things. Or the way I like to put it, maybe more colloquially, is the team at NBC Sports is going to tap me on the shoulder when I need to tap the United States on the shoulder to say, hey, I need your attention right now. Water polo, there is something going on great. Oh, over in gymnastics, we got to show you this right now. We got to get to the pool right now. There's a gold medal alert going on. So we go in with a plan each day. But then the games are the games, and they are organic and unique to every host city, and every 4 years, something fresh pops up. And the great news is, whatever does happen, you'll see it live or seconds after it happens on Gold Zone.
And Scott, I know people, they know you, they love you from Red Zone. It's a similar idea with Gold Zone, which is so special in these Olympics that we're offering that. And some people may be watching you, Scott, and they're like, you know, this guy's got the easiest job. He's in the studio, the air conditioning. He's watching TV all day. But you have the scars to prove it, right, Scott? It's not an easy job, right? And sometimes things get ugly and they get dangerous. They're in the anchor chair. Talk to our viewers about that.
Are you referring to what just happened on the latest edition of Gold Zone? Undoubtedly you are, Tom. And so, yeah, I guess let the story be told right now. In fact, I'm doing this interview with a bandage on my finger. I don't know if you can see that. Basically, the story is this. The men's 200-meter freestyle gold medal event in swimming was happening. I was introducing the different swimmers that were coming out. There was only one American who was in the field. It was Luke Hobson. And right before the race started, I just said, by the way, there's one American in this race, Luke Hobson. The experts were saying he was going to finish 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th out of 8. But I said, to spin it positively, Luke Hobson's going to have the swim of his life to get a medal. Well, don't you know, I'm getting goosebumps recalling this right now. As the race is going on, he hits the turn, they coming home, he was in 3rd place, and he just out-touched the other swimmers to secure a bronze medal. He had the greatest swim of his life on the biggest stage of his life, and I pounded the desk as he was doing it in support and solidarity with him, sliced my finger open on the acrylic sharp desks that they have here, and, well, Kurt Schilling had his bloody sock. I have my bloody script right here. So, yeah, taking one for the team, taking one for Team USA out here on Gold Zone.
Scott, we saw the tweet. We saw those scripts. That's the proof. The Paley Center for Media, they're going to put that up in the museum. I'm sure at some point it's going to be up there. We thank you.
Not the Broadcasting Hall of Fame?
Maybe that one, too. Anyways, we thank you for joining Top Story. We're going to keep watching Gold Zone. We love it. We thank you for that. And we're going to have much more from Paris later on in this show, but now we want to head back home to the other major stories we're following, where tonight in California, firefighters continue to battle those raging wildfires. The state's seen its 6th largest wildfire on record, burning through nearly 370,000 acres of land. NBC's Steve Patterson is on the ground with the very latest.
Tonight, the nation's largest wildfire, brazen and boundless. Firefighters spread thin over the Park Fire, a threat zone now sprawling across 4 counties. In less than a week, growing into California's 6th largest wildfire ever. According to CAL FIRE, the biggest in state history are all from the last 6 years, an era of climate-driven fire seasons that scientists say start sooner and last longer.
It seems to be just a continuous cycle of these, and it wears on our community.
Thousands under evacuation alerts, dozens of homes destroyed, along with countless other close calls.
I'm just very emotionally drained, and I'm grateful that you have our house.
The Park Fire is just one of more than 100 large active wildfires burning across the American West and Canada. Today, new evacuations in Colorado, all of it sending plumes of smoke as far east as Minneapolis. In Central California, one blaze leveling this historic mining town. Back in Northern California, much of the burn zone covers areas repeatedly impacted by fire, including the 2018 Camp Fire that claimed the lives of 85 people in Paradise, California. Rick Perro lost his home in Paradise and thought this time his family was finally safe. His cat survived the first fire, only to perish here.
Seeing this was horrible again. It was sad because we weren't here. We couldn't help him.
2 homes, 6 years, a lifetime of mementos and memories turned to ash.
The third time is the charm, and I'm not sure what exactly that's gonna look like.
Steve Patterson joins Top Story tonight live from Butte County in Northern California. So, Steve, I guess the big question is, do we have any update on that suspect who authorities allege sparked this wildfire?
Yeah, the alleged suspect, 42-year-old Ronnie Stout II, in front of a judge. As far as we know, as we speak, we'll learn the charges he's facing in a matter of moments. Witnesses say they saw him on scene very nearby, putting something inside of a car, that car lighting on fire, and then Stout pushing it into a ravine. In effect, igniting a fire that is now the size of a large American city. The things we're looking for in court is whether or not the judge is charging him with reckless arson or intentional arson, which will change the sentencing guidelines as this fire goes on. Tom?
And affecting countless lives of people who live there. All right, Steve Patterson for us. Steve, we appreciate your reporting. We now want to head to Washington with less than 100 days to go until the election. Vice President Harris is zeroing in on her big decision on a running mate, plus a controversial new plan from the president about the Supreme Court. Kelly O'Donnell has the late details.
A 99-day sprint to November 5th. Prominent Democratic governors and potential VP picks, Pennsylvania's Josh Shapiro and Michigan's Gretchen Whitmer, on the trail for Kamala Harris.
Let's wake up in November and say the words, Madam President.
Their messages provide a window into the running mate search, with about 10 days left for the vice president to make her decision.
Kamala Harris's name is going to be on that ballot. And I, for one, am going to be pushing that button for Kamala Harris. I know you will, too.
Her team calling for a week of action on the Supreme Court and abortion rights, as Iowa's restriction on abortion after about 6 weeks goes into effect today. Harris on social media tied the law to former President Trump,
which makes Iowa the 22nd state in our country to have a Trump abortion ban.
In Minnesota Saturday, former President Trump called out Harris on immigration.
I will terminate every single open border policy of the Biden-Harris administration. And we will seal the border, and we will stop the horrible invasion.
Both Harris and President Biden say dramatic change is needed at the Supreme Court.
We need these reforms to restore trust in the courts.
The president calling for a constitutional amendment to hold presidents accountable for crimes committed in office after Mr. Trump's win on immunity. Term limits to cap justices at 18 years on the court. A binding code of ethics.
Refrain from public political activity.
Getting necessary congressional approval would be hard.
President Biden and his leftist allies don't like the current composition of the court, so they want to shred the Constitution to change it.
Congress announced a new bipartisan task force today to investigate the assassination attempt, while the FBI says it has still not determined motive, but has evidence of complex planning by the gunman. The Bureau has done more than 450 interviews and said former President Trump agreed to participate in what they call a victim interview. Tom?
Kelly O'Donnell at the White House tonight. Kelly, thank you. We're also following the growing controversy tonight surrounding former President Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, the Ohio senator, under fire for days for resurfaced comments seeming to imply people without children shouldn't hold office. How he's responding and the new way Democrats are using those remarks to attack the GOP ticket. Ali Rafa has the latest.
God bless you guys.
Tonight, former President Trump's vice presidential nominee, J.D. Vance, at the center of a political firestorm over these resurfaced comments made in 2021.
Is that we're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies.
Vance seeming to imply that people without children shouldn't be in government.
You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children.
Those claims sparking fierce backlash. Democrats opening up a new attack line on the GOP ticket, branding the newly minted pairing weird.
It's not just a weird style that he brings. It's that this leads to weird policies.
It is bizarre. It's weird. It is weird.
Even Friends star Jennifer Aniston, who's spoken publicly about her struggles with infertility, writing on Instagram, "Mr. Vance, I pray that your daughter is fortunate enough to bear children of her own one day." Vance initially offering this scathing reply.
First of all, that's disgusting because my daughter is 2 years old. And second of all, if she had fertility problems, as I said in that speech, I would try everything I could to try to help her because I believe families and babies are a good thing. Obviously, it was a sarcastic comment. I've got nothing against cats.
Vance confronted about the issue again on Fox News.
Do you agree that there are people who very much love this country and are invested in its future, but they also happen to be childless?
Oh, of course I believe that, Trey. And if you look at the full context of what I said, it's very clear the Democrats have tried to take this thing out of context. It's the fact that the Democratic Party has become explicitly anti-family in some of their policies.
Vance's time as Trump's running mate so far, not always going as planned, including this awkward joke about soda that some say landed a little flat.
Well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good.
Trump's critics now questioning Vance's value to the now three-time GOP nominee.
Does he keep Vance on the ticket? Where he already has a whole lot of baggage. He's probably going to be more baggage over the weeks because we'll hear more things about him. Or does he pick someone new? It's his choice.
Now, despite these bumps in the road, former President Trump is ignoring the growing criticism of his choice, continuing to call Vance a great pick, and Trump's allies are echoing that defiance. Tom?
The race is heating up. Okay, Ali, we appreciate that. Still ahead tonight, the disturbing stabbing spree in England, a suspect attacking children and parents during a dance class, leaving at least 2 young children dead. What we're learning about the suspect now in custody. Plus, dragonflies swarm, an apocalyptic scene at a Rhode Island beach house. Look at that, as thousands of insects invade. And Simone's redemption tour, the gymnastics great setting her sights on gold, her calf injury not holding her back from making history. We'll have much more of our live coverage tonight from Paris. Top story, just getting started on a Monday night.
She amazes us in so many ways, and yet she still finds another way to amaze us. Battles through an injury, and all I got to say is the legend grows. The legends of Simone Biles just does not stop.
And we are back now with our special coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. That was Simone Biles right there, pushing through the pain in the qualifying gymnastics round this weekend. The U.S. women's gymnastics team will vie for a gold medal in the team final on Tuesday. Here to break down all the gymnastics action is NBC's Stephanie Gosk. She joins us now from Paris. Stephanie, so great to see you. So I want to start with Simone Biles, right? Yeah. What do we know about this quote-unquote injury? And I say it that way because everyone saw what happened there at the gymnastics arena, and then we heard from her coach after, so explain it to our viewers.
So what happened, Tom, is she came out to do her floor exercise, to warm up for her floor exercise, and she clearly tweaked her left calf. She then went back out, she came back in, and her left ankle was wrapped up. But consider this, after that moment, she did the floor, she did the vault twice, and then she did the beam, and she ended up having the highest all-around score for this Olympic cycle. Her coach pointing out if it had been that serious of an injury, she wouldn't have been able to do any of that.
Yeah, it's a good point, and everyone's going to be watching for tomorrow. So at 27 years old, we know Biles leads the oldest team the Americans have brought to an Olympics. Do they still have what it takes to go for gold in the team competition? And tell our viewers what else you're going to be watching for besides Simone Biles, because this team is so stacked.
Yeah, listen, this team, almost all of them, with the exception of one, was in Tokyo. But Simone Biles, this is her third Olympics. And it used to be in gymnastics that you had one Olympics in your career. And now she has two and this is her third. And she is proving to a lot of people that she has this longevity. And what I would say is that you do have a deep team here. And although there were some injuries in trials, you know, you have Suni Lee. Keep in mind, she won the gold medal in the all-around in Tokyo. This is a very strong team, and they are hungry, Tom, because they got the silver in Tokyo, and this is all about redemption. It's Simone Biles' redemption, but it's the whole team.
Stephanie Goss for us tonight. Stephanie, we thank you. Now to Top Stories Top Fans. This is a new segment where we're highlighting those here in Paris who are cheering on Team USA. And joining us tonight, Paris residents and Team USA superfans, Chris and Teresa Kodiak, who watched Simone Biles' event this weekend. Guys, thanks so much for joining Top Story. You guys are Parisians, but you're Americans, right?
Yes, we're Chicagoans by birth, Parisians for the last year.
Nice, very cool.
Yes.
Well, I know you did gymnastics growing up. How great was it to watch Team USA in person?
I think it's every gymnast's dream to come to the Olympics and watch, especially this team in person.
What did you think from watching them? I mean, as a gymnast, were you just like, they're so incredible?
Incredible. I mean, all the gymnasts there are incredible, but when Team USA walks in, they're quite a few steps above.
Chris, so you guys, like you mentioned, you live here in Paris, you're from Chicago. A lot of USA fans here, but a lot of French fans, Japanese fans. I mean, everybody's in the stadiums.
Yeah, the neat thing about the Olympics is everyone really comes together and wants to see the best of the best perform at their best as well. So no matter what flag you were carrying, no matter what clothes you had on, everyone was really cheering for the best at the event.
And one of the unique things about the Olympics that I realized quickly is that, you know, as opposed to maybe sports in America, there's no booing, right? There's no like you hate other fans. Everyone is very friendly and very supportive.
Except for football, but yes,
yeah,
in general, that's
right. Except for soccer.
Yeah, except for soccer.
100%.
Yeah.
You guys were there when Simone Biles. It's been called an injury. It's unclear what it is. There was definitely some pain there. How would you explain it?
You know, at first we were really unsure because she clearly immediately walked right off the floor and she did not come back. Yeah. So we weren't sure if she was going to compete, and she came back and she was incredible. So, you know, I know she probably is used to kind of toughing it out, but she did a great job. So that's where technology really came into play. I was texting back with people at 6 in the morning back in the U.S. that were watching, and on the TV coverage they could get a little more info, let us know it was a calf strain that existed before, that hopefully she'd be able to come back out, but that's how we were getting the info.
I know you guys aren't doctors. Did you guys, did it seem like it was more serious, or did it seem like something she could push through? I mean, she finished all the events, as Stephanie highlighted.
It was hard to tell, because, you know, she immediately left the floor, a bunch of people came right up to her, and we didn't see her again. So we really didn't know what was going to happen. But then she came back, like Stephanie said, she came back, she did the floor, and then the vault was incredible. So after the floor, she limped off after she did the exercise. Thought, might it be worse than that? But for the vault, you couldn't tell anything anymore, and then she was perfect on bars, too.
So I know you've gone to other Olympics, right? Winter Olympics. How does the Olympics in Paris compare?
I would say what's really nice about this one is it's so concentrated in the city center. We have the ability to really go to so much just right here that you can go on the metro or the bus or get to. The Torino Olympics were wonderful. They're very spread out, just in the nature of the Winter Olympics. They're more spread out with the venues, need to get to the mountains. And these are bigger as well, but we are really enjoying ourselves here.
Yeah, are you guys having a good time?
We are. We're having a great time.
All right, well, thank you so much for being the first set of top fans here on Top Story. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Tom.
All right, we're going to have much more on the Olympics later in this broadcast, including my interview with rapper Flavor Flav about his new role being a Team USA hype man. But we're also following other major headlines tonight, and we'll take a serious turn, including protests over the presidential election in Venezuela. Nicolás Maduro claiming victory in a third election, while voters there are claiming it's all a sham.
Trying to tie Al order for 4 consecutive gold medals in a single event, 35-year-old Carl Lewis. Oh, and it's the first time I have seen him run down the runway for real this entire year. His reaction, he knows he just caught a big one.
That, of course, was American track and field star Carl Lewis winning gold in the men's long jump on this date back in 1996 in Atlanta, his 9th and final gold medal of his Olympic career. We'll be back from Paris later in the show, but first I want to turn it over to my friend Ellison Barber at Top Story Studio in New York with some of tonight's other headlines, including that deadly stabbing attack in the UK. Good evening, Ellison.
Good evening, and thank you, Tom. I'm Ellison Barber in New York. Tom will be back later in the show, but now for Top Stories tonight's news feed. We're going to begin overseas with the 17-year-old in custody following a fatal stabbing spree in northwest England. Officials say the attack began at a youth and pregnancy care center near Liverpool in the middle of a yoga and dance workshop. 2 children were killed, 11 others hurt. No word yet on a motive, but police say they do not believe the attack was motivated by terror. The U.S. will increase its military presence in Japan as tensions escalate with China. The bilateral deal will establish a joint base in Tokyo under a 3-star general. It will also increase production of air defense weapons amid concerns stemming from what the U.S. and Japan see as increasingly aggressive moves from China and North Korea in the Indo-Pacific region. The move follows a landmark summit with South Korea as the 3 countries look to sustain peace and deepen security ties. Some beachgoers in Rhode Island met with a swarm of unwanted guests. Take a look at this. New video shows beachgoers taking cover as thousands of dragonflies invade a westerly beach. No word yet on just why or how that happened. Luckily, no one was hurt while trying to run away from the insects. And a potential breakthrough in colon cancer screening, the FDA approving the first of its kind blood test for colon cancer. The test would need to be given at least every 3 years, starting at the age of 45, the same age it's recommended to begin colorectal screening. However, the health officials hope that it can eventually be used to test people who are too young for those routine colonoscopies. It is a type of cancer that is the 2nd highest cause of cancer deaths in the United States. Okay, we're going to turn now to the Americas and to Venezuela, where President Nicolas Maduro claims a controversial election victory and a 3rd term in office. The Venezuelan government has yet to release the full election data, and the opposition is claiming they won. Venezuela citizens now calling for those results and a fair election. NBC's David Noriega has more.
Tonight, outrage across Venezuela after President Nicolás Maduro claims victory in his 3rd straight election. The National Electoral Council announcing Maduro secured 51% of the vote, compared to opposition candidate Edmundo González with 44%. But González and the opposition also claiming victory, saying they received 70% of the vote. Maduro's government so far refusing to release the detailed official results needed to back up its claim of victory. In a statement released Monday, Maduro claiming someone hacked the National Electoral Council's data transmission system. Reporter Ana Vanessa Herrera is in Caracas, where protesters have started taking to the streets.
Where we're looking at the people, without anyone telling them to get to the streets, they are now on the streets. At least right now, we don't know if that it's gonna get worse, it's gonna get bigger, but so far, the people are just showing that there is no celebration.
Several countries, including the U.S., also casting doubt on the election outcome and urging officials to release a detailed tabulation of votes.
We have serious concerns that the result announced does not reflect the will or the votes of the Venezuelan people.
According to the UN, more than 7 million people have left Venezuela since Maduro took office, about 20% of the country's population. Many saying now they won't go home.
Esto no es justo. Yo quería Venezuela libre. Esta era la última esperanza. Y nos las arrebataron porque Maduro es un perro y no quiere soltar el mandato.
Maduro first took power in 2013, following the death of popular socialist leader Hugo Chavez. Venezuela suffered economic catastrophe under Maduro's rule, including hyperinflation. He's also received harsh criticism for his increasingly autocratic rule, facing accusations of taking political prisoners and not allowing free elections.
Yo me había ido del país 2 años y regresé con la esperanza de que esto algún día mejor, pero bueno, a pensar otra vez, quizás volver a irse. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Aquí no se puede estar, esto es una dictadura. Quedó claro el día de ayer.
Venezuela's opposition and the U.S. also saying his last election in 2018 was illegitimate. For now, Venezuela heading into a period of profound uncertainty as calls for the government to release the full results grow louder and unrest among its citizens grows larger.
And David Noriega joins us now from Los Angeles. David, you mentioned at the end of your piece that the United States does not recognize Maduro's rule as legitimate, and that dates back to the Trump administration. Talk to us about why the U.S. is watching this election so closely.
Well, Ellison, for one thing, there's the issue of migration. Of the 7+ million people who have left Venezuela in the last few years, about 10% of them, a little more than 700,000 people, have crossed the southern border into the U.S. But in general, the U.S. is a major player in this story. The economic crisis that produced that migration crisis it was made worse by U.S. sanctions on Venezuela. And if Maduro serves another 6-year term in power, those sanctions and the economic crisis and the migration crisis are likely to intensify. The U.S. has been trying for years in various different ways to get Maduro out of power. He's actually under indictment in the U.S. He's wanted for drug trafficking and corruption by U.S. federal authorities, and he's not likely to leave office peacefully unless he can get some kind of guarantee that he's not going to wind up in an American prison. Allison?
Interesting stuff. David Noriega, thank you. We appreciate it. Now to our global watch in the Middle East, on edge tonight as Israel prepares to respond to a rocket attack that killed a dozen children in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. The victims, a dozen children, were members of the Druze religious minority. NBC's Raf Sanchez has more.
Tonight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the soccer field where 12 children were killed in a rocket blast Saturday. Israel and the U.S. say the strike was carried out by Iranian-backed Hezbollah from Lebanon, which denies responsibility. Israel says it's the worst assault on its civilians since the Hamas terror attack of October 7th. Our response will come, and it will be severe, Netanyahu says. That's raising fears of an all-out war. While in the mountain village of Majd al-Shams in the Israeli-controlled Golan Heights, anguish over so many young lives lost.
This was a normal Saturday night. It was a little after 6 p.m. Kids playing on this soccer field when the sirens started blaring, and just seconds later, that rocket came crashing down right here, bringing death and destruction to this community.
Among the dead, 13-year-old John Ibrahim. We met his cousin, Nia.
All of my family is feeling bad and crying.
But there's also anger. This crowd calling Netanyahu a killer, saying he should have done more to keep their children safe.
And the White House saying tonight that it supports Israel's right to strike back against Hezbollah, but it is also counseling restraint, trying to get to a diplomatic solution. It's also saying it believes predictions of all-out war are, quote, exaggerated. Allison?
Raf Sanchez in Israel, thank you. Coming up, our coverage of the Olympics continue. Our Keir Simmons takes us to Versailles, the iconic palace and grounds once home to France's royals, including Marie Antoinette, now turned into an Olympic venue for top equestrian athletes. Those details next.
Equestrian sports have been a staple at the Olympics for more than a century. First featured at the modern Olympic Games in 1900, right here in Paris. But this year they have the most iconic venue yet. They're taking place at the famed Palace of Versailles, about 12 miles outside of the city. Our Keir Simmons takes us inside the sprawling palace and its grounds, once home to France's kings and queens.
From Louis XIV's resplendent reign to revolution, the Palace of Versailles was a masterpiece designed to demonstrate French superiority. This is the shimmering Hall of Mirrors. Incredible.
It's meant to be, to impress especially ambassadors or all important guests from abroad. There are 357 mirrors.
What was he trying to say, Louis XIV?
Of course, he had to say that he was the greatest king maybe in the world.
This is France at the zenith of its royal power.
Yes.
What started life as a small hunting lodge in the forests and swamps outside Paris developed into a glorious palace of 10,000 people. Louis XIV's power, his chateau has over 2,000 rooms, earned him the name the Sun King. And of course, every king needs an opera house. Back then, even the gardens inspired international awe and imitation.
This looks just like the Washington Mall.
or the Washington Mall looks like this.
Yes, sure. And I think this idea is to have an unlimited perspective and maybe to be able to conquer the world.
I see the famous golden horses in the distance there.
Yes.
Louis XIV loved horses.
Yes, horses was his passion.
Louis XIV had 1,000 horses. He said it was the best way to get around this place. These days, a bike is à la mode. 50 years later, in a quiet corner, you would find the wife of another King Louis, France's most famous queen, Marie Antoinette. She did not love the pomp and protocol of the 18th century court. Her dislike of it all was famously reciprocated by France. In 1789, the revolutionaries stormed to the palace gates.
You have two little doors, very discreet, and this one, this is where she escaped at the revolution, when the people invaded the palace.
And never came back?
Never.
Marie Antoinette.
She had no idea that she would never see this place again.
Huh. The end of French royalty. Versailles' opulence had come to represent all the revolutionaries despised. Yet more than 200 years later, it is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the world, inspiring admiration, just as the Sun King envisaged.
Our Keir Simmons, we thank Keir for that one. And from French royalty to hip-hop royalty. When we come back, I take a ride with the one and only Flavor Flav here in Paris, how he became the official hype man of the U.S. women's water polo team, and what he tells me about being at the Olympics, including the moment he met the First Lady. Top story, live from Paris, continues right after this break.
I want y'all to tune in to NBC and Peacock and watch us all right here on the United States Olympics. USA, USA, all the way.
And that was rapper Flavor Flav reminding you to watch the Olympics on NBC. You may know him as the co-founder of the iconic hip-hop group Public Enemy, or from his hit reality show Flavor of Love. But now he's here at the Olympics alongside the U.S. women's water polo team with a new and very special title.
Flavor Flav, what more can I say? The only thing that I can say is USA, USA.
Legendary rapper Flavor Flav taking his talents to Paris.
USA on 3. 1, 2, 3.
USA! As the official hype man for Team USA's women's water polo team. And while he's here, we had a chance to meet up with him. Hey, Flav, you need a ride?
What's up, my man? Sure I do. How you doing, Tom?
Good, good. Talk to me about the clocks. You got a couple things going here. What do we got?
Okay, well, this is my special, one of my special water polo clocks.
Is it waterproof?
Yes, it's waterproof, but it's also a shower clock.
How did you get involved with water polo?
You know, when these girls are not in the water, they're home working 1, 2, and 3 jobs. And these girls are out here busting their butts, you know what I'm saying, to make United States look good. So I said to myself, this wouldn't be a bad idea to step up and help these girls out.
The rapper signing a 5-year sponsorship deal with the team after he responded to an Instagram post by one of the athletes where she asked for financial help getting the team to the Summer Games.
These girls, man, they got 3 back-to-back gold medals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know it wasn't easy getting those gold medals because I know what it takes now to play water polo. You know what I'm saying? I got to experience it.
You have your Speedo ready?
I don't have a 6-pack. I got a 1-pack.
The team inviting him to one of their final practices at Berkeley.
Are you ready?
Even gifting him his own personalized swim cap.
USA! USA! Boy!
What'd you think?
I had no idea that the water that these people are in is like 7.5 feet deep. Some pools are 15 feet deep.
Yeah.
So they're treading water the whole doggone time.
While trying to catch and throw that ball.
Yeah, they treading water. Let me tell you something. When I jumped in that water, man, and I was treading water for them 7 minutes, It was like the hardest 7 minutes, man, I ever spent in the water in my life.
This ain't easy. Did you even know what water polo was before you got involved with this?
The only way I knew is from what I saw on TV, and that's about it.
How is your Olympic experience going?
Me being over here right now at the Olympics, I mean, this is like a dream to me come true.
I know you got to meet the First Lady. What was that like?
Man, that was crazy. It was unbelievable, but it was one of the most memorable moments that I will take to my grave with me.
What do you want Americans to know about the women's water polo team?
Well, I want them to know, first of all, how hard these girls work, you know what I'm saying? But not only that, but also, not just the women's polo team, but the men's polo team too.
Yeah.
Water polo in general. I want this sport to be more recognized than what it is right now.
Right. How does the team look in here in Paris?
I really feel, and I'm hoping that my girls are going to go undefeated this year.
You feel like the gold is going to be a reality?
Yeah, I feel like that fourth gold medal is coming. It's coming.
You going to get one if they get one?
If they give me one, I mean, you know, that would definitely, you know, be a hell of a gift.
If you had to think of a Public Enemy song that describes the women's water polo team, what song?
Harder Than You Think.
Why?
Because the game that they play is harder than you think.
Chuck, man, that's what you gotta do. You got to tell them just like that. You know
Flavor Flav at the Olympics. Thanks so much for watching Top Story tonight. I'm Tom Llamas, reporting from Paris. We leave you tonight with these images of the men's gymnastics team overcome with emotion after breaking that 16-year drought. Right there, the pure joy of adding to the growing U.S. medal count. Good night.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.